Hi, good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you guys. Um, Hi, CK. I'm so glad that you are ready because I'm still getting ready. Like mentally, I'm still getting ready. Jim is here. Hi, Jim. So glad to see you. And Tanya's here. She's going to be washing dishes. There's nothing wrong with that. You do what you got to do, you know. Um, the You should be asleep. What are you doing here? You need to be asleep. Do not force yourself to stay up, okay, Ash? As much as I feel that you're here and staying up, I want you to go to sleep at some point, okay? And Renee's here. Good morning, Renee. Jim says coffee is ready. I have mine too. Been in an iced coffee kick. Typically, I like just regular black coffee, but it is what it is. CK asked Ash what time it is for her. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, Ash. 12:30 in the morning. Oh my goodness. I couldn't. I could not anymore at least. I wouldn't be able to. But it's so good to see you guys here. I'm upstairs. I think for some of you guys who were here, like I think Jim was here and I think Renee too. Last week I was downstairs and some construction workers came to do the floors and it was so chaotic, but not anymore because my floors are done and we're actually here in my writing office slash going to be our kids' future nursery. So, but I'm taking this space for now because it's not like they're going to use this room because they're going to be small and they're going to be in a crib. So I'm taking this spot for now until we figure out where I'm going to write. I don't want to write where my husband's office is because he likes his office to look like the Batcave. It is so dark in there. There is no light. It's like he's afraid of light. So Tanya says, that's dedication. Yes, it is, Ash. You're so sweet. Ash is the strongest soldier. Yeah, she is. It's worth it. Yeah. And yes, it is. It's worth it. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I should probably like introduce myself, even though y'all know who I am. Beatbrook. I go by Ali. That's like my real name. Actually, that's my real nickname. It's not my real name. My real name, guys, is Elisa, not Alyssa. Elisa. And I know you guys sometimes have to think about that. It's Elisa. It's more of like a Spanish little accent to it since it's Filipino. But yeah, so this is my channel. I'll be working on Project BK, which is my eco fantasy, which has a romantic subplot, which I'm trying to figure out how to write because I'm not very good at it. Which is crazy because I do like romantic comedies and contemporary romance. So, what are you guys going to be working on this morning? Let me know. I have also been reading databases, and I'm hoping to finish it today. It's good. It's interesting. It is. I wouldn't say it's dense, but it's good because it really explores the dark parts of a university. So especially when you admire like a professor and the lengths that you would do to get that attention and recognition and what really is success. So it's pretty good. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced like admiring a professor. I think I admired one professor specifically. He's already passed. His name was Dr. Norwood. And I used to not like him because I thought his perspective was a bunch of hippie stuff. And I was in a clinical psych program, and I was used to things being very rigid and following the rules. But he taught me to relax he told me that I was too stiff, and he called me out, and I told him I didn't want my first patient to be a difficult patient because I was very green. And this man gives me a woman diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And when I tell you she split in session and tried to sue me as a I was like, my heart was hammering and I knew I was doing the right thing. But I still remember that lady. She's very sweet. We actually did great work together. And my professor, Dr. Norwood, was right that I have a knack for personality disorders. So because of him, I actually went into the correctional facility where I really flourished. But I really admired him. He pushed me to be uncomfortable and to embrace being uncomfortable and leaning into it. So that's a little story there. Let's see. CK said, currently answering a writing question my friend had last night. How does writing short stories and novels compare? But then I will be drafting Project Death. Ooh, that, yeah. How is it? How does writing short stories and novels compare? I have not written a short story in like decades, so that would be interesting to hear. Jim says that there'll be zero drafting, but I want to save my efforts for Tia's later so I can pressure into work. Oh, Tia, if she only knew. Maybe I could do 2 sessions. CK, oh, I'd like to know the answer. Yeah, me too, actually. CK, I'd love to know what the difference is. I know Ash does a lot of novellas, but I wonder what the difference is. I have a book of short stories, and I see like it's very fast paced, but I wonder what it's like, you know? Ash says that's amazing. Yeah. Thanks. Dr. Norwood was a very good man. He had the entire time I was in grad school, he was fighting against multiple types of cancer, and he showed us what it is to live what you preach in therapy. He did mindfulness and acceptance therapy, and I learned a lot from him. And actually ended up working with his wife doing research at the medical center. And then he passed and during COVID. So I got to be a part of his family a little bit longer, I guess, during that time. Let's see. Yes, everyone does want to see it, TK, because it would be great. It would be great to see. You're very knowledgeable, CK. I love listening to your stuff. Have you ever considered like teaching, CK? Because I think you'd be amazing at it. You'd be amazing at it for sure. All right, guys, we are gonna start our first sprint here because I gotta write. So, all right. And Chip says you're right. That's a much better answer. I can read a short story are hard. I just can't write them. They are hard. I think they're hard because they're so short and you have to condense everything you want to say. You know, and that's hard, especially if it's like if you want to expand on what you want to say. All right, guys. Without further ado, we are going to go ahead and start working whatever it is that you're going to work on. I am going to work on my project, but I think I'm going to finish the beta reading that I was doing yesterday for a memoir. I just have to write my last comments. So that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, and before we start, CK said, yes, that's why I'm taking a book coaching, and also will probably start teaching online cloud. Like, ooh, it's so fun. That's amazing. Like, would you want to teach like privately like that? When I say privately, like not in a school setting, or would you ever consider teaching in a traditional school or university even, or even in high school? Like, what do you think of that? Because I think that you have such a great and warm personality that young people would like just gather and listen to you. I don't know. That's just the way that I feel whenever I talk to you. But you have such a way with teaching, and I think it's amazing. Like you have really good talent with that. I hope that you flourish in it. So, okay, but we do need to write. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. So we're going to go ahead and start with the timer, and I'll mute myself. Okay. How was that sprint for you guys? I was actually I was having problems with the scene that I've been stuck on for like 2 days. Um, but I finally kind of have like a groove going. I suck at doing romantic things. I don't even know how to say it. But how did you guys do? Hopefully I get through this difficulty and just get through it. It's a pain in the ass. So let's see. Let's look at the chat. Miley came earlier. I don't know if they're still here. So hopefully they are. And CK said that was better than expected. So I was texting 500 words. That's amazing. Speaking of texting, hold on. I gotta text my husband good morning. It's like something I do every day. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Renee said, good, I'm editing a video and I'm half done with the first pass through. Nice, very good, Renee. I'm so glad. Jim said, only 127 words. I procrastinated starting, then had to read what I worked on yesterday. Yeah, I get it. I read mine too. I don't even know how many words I added. Let me see. 265 words. Okay, not too bad. I thought I did worse than that. Just I am like struggling through this scene because it's like there has to be some sort of like tension and there's a little bit of touching. That sounds weird. Touching, like holding hands and helping each other out. While also the protagonist is, kind of afraid of the main male character here because he wants to kill giants and she's part giant. So there's that. Ash says I did so much, but that's okay. Hey, sometimes deleting things is actually progress. So there's nothing wrong with deleting. Miley says that they're getting ready for work. Aw, just stay here instead. Just stay here. I know we need money, but just stay here and just be cozy with us. What do you mean you don't know how to write Rosie? Text your husband. Dang it, CK. I like the way you called me out. It's just something that we do. We do it every morning. He actually texted me first. So thank you. That's so sweet. I didn't even realize that's romantic. I thought that's just being thoughtful. Jim said, I wrote my first romantic plot line since high school this year, and I loved working on it. It has to be a sweet story. I'm too much of a prude for spice. I totally get it, Jim. Totally get it. I am the same way. I feel like if I write spice, I am revealing a little too much in my private life because where else would I draw inspiration from? But I'm sure my husband would feel flattered if I do write spice. Okay, I'm revealing way too much to you guys. Our upbringing might make romance hard. Yeah, that too. So I grew up in the Philippines. It's very conservative, and even like public displays of affections. Oh, it's not. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just not respectful to other people. That was something that I had to tell my husband when he visited the Philippines last year for the first time. That it's very different from his Mexican heritage, where they're very touchy feely because we are very like, we're not like that. It's a respect thing. And to him, it was like a culture shock. Even when we started dating, he thought that it was weird that I wasn't very touchy feely with him in front of family members. And I had to explain to him it's because I respected his family and my family and that it should be between us. But I learned because his love language is physical touch, I learned to adapt and I learned that what was more important was his needs versus like family expectation. Also, what is up with this sweater, dude? This is my what's that dude's name from PBS? Something Rogers, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood sweater. This is, yeah, I got it from like I think Target or something. But yeah, our upbringing does make writing romance hard. So let's see. Thank you, CK. You're cute, damn it. Renee says, I agree with CK, but am I too cheesy and to do the same thing with my hubby? Yeah. Stop, CK. You're the cute one. Stop it. Also, I need to know what happened to the pizza girl. I'm going to read the Discord later. You were to text good morning every day. You can text us good morning every day. You can say it to the Discord. I will say it back to you. I had really close girlfriends before getting married, and now we're not as close, but well, sometimes I still text them, but we used to like text each other good morning, beautiful every single day. That my mom actually questioned my sexuality when I was like in my mid-20s because I would text them all the time. They would sleep over all the time. And funny story, she thought that I was a lesbian because I didn't date for like more than a year because I wanted to focus on growth, like my self-development. And I had my friends coming over quite a bit. And me and my best friend at the time, we had drank and we were really tipsy, maybe already drunk. But we came to our house, and at the time I was staying at my parents, and my mom stayed up late to make sure that we came home okay. And I remember getting water, and she asked me if I was a lesbian. Literally sobered up so quickly, and I was like, "What the hell are you saying, Mom?" I'm like, I'm not, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I told her, like, even if I am, like, it's okay. Sorry, guys, that's my husband. But I remember calling my dad, who was in the Philippines at that time, and telling him, like, Mom thinks, and he was just laughing. My dad was laughing because he thought it was the funniest thing. And by the way, my mom also at the time when she thought I was a lesbian gave me like a rosary saying that I needed Jesus. Even though I went to church every Sunday and she did it. And I was like, this is crazy. But anyway, my mom apologized to me, and I told my friend Estella that my mom thought we were lesbians, and she was like mortified that, that my mom thought that. But I was just like, I don't know what my mom was thinking, but my mom came to my room and talked to us, and she was like, I'm just worried about, not being able to have grandkids. And I'm like, Mom, even if I'm a lesbian, you can still have grandkids. But anyway, now it's an inside joke. And my husband knows that story too and thought it was hilarious. But that's my mom. I don't know why I said that story. That was just me rambling, guys. I'm so sorry. I should text my mom about that and see what she says. Let's see. Araya, good morning, Araya. By the way, guys, Araya and I are going to have a stream next week on Friday, and I need to make that thumbnail. But we're going to have a stream on Friday at 8 a.m. CST, so a little bit later because I don't want her to wake up too early. So I will not be having a Wednesday stream. Instead, I'll have a Friday stream with her. CK saying hi. And then that's aw. I don't want to make you, I feel like I make you cry all the time, CK. Please don't cry. I grew up in the South among very reserved Christians, and we can't do anything that might lead to the devil's den. Yes, same. Also, I went to a high school that was very, very Christian. We couldn't even we had prom, but without dancing. Dancing was not allowed at all whatsoever. I think now it might be. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't mind high school. I thought it was fun. My class got prom and we got dancing. So, but I think it's because my class was a good class, I guess. I don't know. Everyone's saying hello. The double stick. Gosh. The tango is dangerous. And that's also why I don't write Swiss. I can't do the tango stuff. Yes, please do. Yeah, let's see. I can't either. My wife is totally unrestrained, so she reads and watches stuff. I get so uncomfortable. Aw, that's so cute, though, Jim. I love that. I hope that one day we get to sort of meet your wife. She sounds really cool, and she sounds like she has good taste in coffee. Gosh, oh my god, I'm over here laughing so much during this stream. Literally. Also, my dad reads so much of my. Oh my gosh, I would die if my dad read my stuff if it had spice. I would die. I would die. Do you know how hard it is to also tell your parents that you're pregnant? Because basically they know you're doing it. Okay, I'm like 35 and I'm still like cringy when it comes to that stuff. It's just like, I'm literally revealing what I've done. You know? Ugh. That just gives me like, not a good feeling at all whatsoever. That's terrifying. That is so terrifying. You'd be right. But I think people that write spies, I think that they're so creative. I like reading it from time to time. Some of it makes me question like how the people, like the characters in the book, have that much stamina, and also how they're able to contort in several ways. You know, is it just me? Like that's one of the things that I think about. I'm just like, how do they have the stamina? But also, how do they stretch like that? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But then again, some of them are not human; they're fae. So there's that. You read. Oh, that's good though. I'm glad that you're pushing him to read gay romance. Nothing wrong with that. Finding out people write spies and share it with their family. Same, Ash. Same. I think we just cry all the time. Everything. I think crying is a good thing though. I I have lately been crying at puppy and kitten videos. Oh, I can't. I think we've like talked about that before, CK. Movies with dogs or animals, I cannot do it. Like, just give me like horror instead of that. I'd rather watch scary stuff than watch animals pass away. I can't do it, dude. This one's I have to stream next week. Yeah, me too, Araya. I can't wait. Madeline, hi, you're here. Oh, I feel so honored. Now me fangirling. Okay, I'm gonna maintain composure, guys. Malin, I love the warm welcome. So, how did you get comfortable enough to stream? I can't talk to a camera all day long, but streaming, I get super nervous and on the spot feels. So, I think I'll be honest with you, I still get nervous. I'm not like, I think that a lot of my ability to talk to the camera is because of what I used to do for work, which is being personable to somebody and making them feel comfortable. Um, when I was a therapist, that was for every first session, that was my job, is to form a bond with that person to make them comfortable, to see if they are comfortable. And if they're not, that's okay. They can move on and I can recommend them to someone else. But another part of my job was going to court every day at 1 o'clock and speaking amongst people that I deemed were better than me. And I'm being very honest. It was the judge was super old and the district attorneys were much older than me. They were very smart and surrounded by these lawyers and these officers. And I felt like this little kid, just super green. And I had to stand up and tell them and advocate for the kid because they are kids, because it's family versus state law, so Texas versus the family, and I was the one that had to advocate for that kid. And so it's a lot of it is making yourself like in those experiences, and it's the same with the camera, like talking to you guys. It is standing up for what you believe in, and in this I guess case, I believe in sharing the community and building community, and that's what I believe in, to make writing much less like feel much less alone. I guess that's what I believe in, and I think you have to think about those values in order to be comfortable enough to stream, because you got to ask yourself, why are you doing what you're doing on YouTube? And for me, it's not just documenting my journey. For me, I wanted to create a community because there's not a lot of writers around here where I'm at. It's like a small town city feel, and I do have some mom friends, but they don't read what I read. I live like oil and gas, Texas. So if that's very conservative, and sometimes they're very close-minded. And I will admit, like, I lean a little bit more conservative, but I'm like more in the middle. So I'm more open to a lot of things. That's just how I am. So you just gotta really ask yourself, what do you value? Why are you doing what you're doing? And focus on that while also accepting that, yeah, you get anxious and you get scared, and that's part of it. You just got to go with it. I hope that kind of helps you out, Renee. And if you have any questions, I mean, you can just DM me on Instagram. Malin said that they just finished all the stuff I need to do for work and ready to do stuff for me. That is the best part of the day, right there. Malin says hi to Miley. And then she says, I've proved that my wife and I were entangled only once because I have one son. He's 12 now. So you can't prove entangled with the devil. Jim, stop. Stop. This makes me laugh so much. Writing fights is very similar to writing fight scenes, to be fair. Okay, but I feel like fight scenes are, okay, you're right. I was going to say fight scenes are easier, but no, it's no, it's not. Keeping track of limbs, yes. Keeping track of limbs is hard. I guess it's the same with spice. Like, how do you track the limbs during spicy scenes? Because it's just all tangled and stuff, I find that hard too. My dad always goes, I'm not your target demo, but I enjoyed it. Aw, that's a good thing though. That's a really good thing if he enjoyed it. So Ash says, so if I can get good at writing fight scenes, I can write spies. Trying to get something ready for Tia. Oh yeah, Tia's doing that late night story time, right? Sorry, animals dying and continue too. And I'm so nervous my readers. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I was reading a book by John Gwynne. It's the last book of the Bloodsworn trilogy. And one of these creatures that he created in the book died protecting this little boy. And after that, I swear, I didn't read it for like a good while. I didn't finish it for a while because of that scene. And this thing is like really, it's supposed to look disgusting, but I found it so adorable because he was so loyal. And I had to stop reading and then come back to it because the story was so good. I love it. Yes, you do. You do deserve it. You are amazing, Malin. I love like your vlogs. I feel like I'm like sometimes I'm traveling with you. I'm living vicariously through you. I need to catch up to the chat. I can write spice in my book. More about how you. Oh, thanks, Melon. My last job really made me like I used to have anxiety attacks having to go to court, and then I was just like, I had to like remember why I was doing what I was doing, what I believed in, and I believed in standing up to about for these kids that didn't have enough and that didn't have what they needed, and they were seen as criminals. But my job was to remind the court that they were children first and foremost, and children who just needed to be protected. And yes, being fair is important too. But being part of being fair is remembering that they're children first. So let's see. Good one. I also have to do a lot of okay. So it helps. Not me thinking literally you were presenting to old literal farts. I was like, oh, that's an interesting job. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Tanya. You are very sweet. It was a good job. I really loved that job. It was the first and only job I cried saying goodbye to the kids I worked with. And I think I freaked them out during group therapy. But I really, really loved that job. It was like, it's what I wanted to do, but it was like almost 2 hours away from where I live, and I was not going to drive. that far. Let's see what else here. Um, let's see. Okay, everyone, what is happening here? There's also not the same biofluids involved with spicing, so like also easier really to get grossed out by spice. Everybody and spice writing. My goodness. One of these days we should have like in the Discord for those that don't write spice to just try to write a paragraph of it just to see, just to see. I'd be open to that. One paragraph, couple of sentences. That would be a great challenge. Okay. So we have had quite a stream today. Okay, I hate that idea. And Jim's no. Hand holding. See, gosh, I even have a hard time writing hand holding. Like, how do you even get to holding hands? It's that buildup. That part's the good part. But like having to think about that aspect, like how do you get there? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I think I should ask my husband how he was so smooth with me. Because I don't remember how he held my hand on the first date when I told him I wasn't going to. I ended up holding his hand. So, everyone writes a paragraph. People have to guess. Malin, that is actually genius. Trying to that is actually genius. And if we can't tell if it's like a fighting scene or a spice scene, that would be amazing to do. Watch over my version to spies. Ooh, we should do that one of these days, like a little event on the Discord, spice versus fight scene, and we get to vote if it's a fight or a spice scene, like Malin suggested. The whole thing is insulated. Malin, oh my god, I did not know you love Korean dramas. Please tell me what you are watching right now, because I love Korean dramas so much. I've had a hard time looking for one. My sister has been suggesting like this new one, but I can't get into it for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's like a cooking one where she goes back to the past or something like that. And she was going to be a Michelin chef or something like that, but I can't get into it. But I love Korean dramas because of exactly this. Hand holding is the equivalent of a third base, and then you get so excited over it. Yeah. CK, oh my gosh, first tell me like what vibes you're looking for, and then I'll definitely tell you. I actually finished the Japanese version, Marry My Husband, and I love the Korean. Melanie too, it's so good. This one, okay. CK, this one is a good one. Marrying My Husband is cute. So here's the premise. So she is married to this asshole of a dude and uses her, and he ends up cheating on her, and she dies. Like she's thoroughly like just emotionally abused, and she just takes it. She dies. She goes back to the past. She's reborn into the past or something like that, and she gets a do-over. But this time around, if I remember correctly, am I forgetting things? Anyway, if I remember correctly, her whole thing is someone else needs to marry her husband so she doesn't die. And she ends, and that's the whole story. And she's also trying to get revenge against him. Which is funny because the guy that plays her husband in the Korean version is a comedian. So it's a little hard for me to hate him, even though he is annoying. But he's a comedian. So I got into that one too. They just PS here to Mr. Queen, which has such a yeah. So I started watching Mr. Queen as well, and I preferred that one versus this one. And I don't know, I just can't get into it. Like I can't get into it. The one that my sister said, the Your Majesty something. I don't know. I don't like it. Another good one that I like if you want to cry is It's Okay Not to Be Okay. That Korean drama made me cry. It has a lot of mental health rep. Um, and I don't know, I really like that one. The acting on that one is so good. And now if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's so good. Tanya said, be open to write the build up. That could be fun, but then we leave them to it, you know. You couldn't even say what it was, Tanya. Korean drama is really good. So if CK, you like K-pop Demon Hunters, the reason I like K-pop Demon Hunters was because it was very Korean drama-ish, especially that part where Ruby sees Jinwoo for the first time. That's actually a parody of the voice actor for Jinwoo. He's from a Korean drama called, damn it, what was it called? Business Proposal on Netflix, and that's the music that plays when they first meet, because that's actually Jinwoo's voice actor, and they did a parody of it in K-pop Demon Hunters, because that slow motion thing, that's all Korean drama right there. That's the essence, you know, the dramatic slow motion effect. It's so funny because in African cultures, everyone holds hands no matter who you are. See, that's really cool because, like, in my culture, we can, but as family, especially with little kids, holding hands is okay. But with love, like with lovers and things like that, it is, it's not ideal, I guess. At least like the way I was brought up. Nowadays, I think in the Philippines, they're a lot more open with a lot of things. They're a lot more open to less conservative ideals, which is great, which is really great. In my books, people are holding hands left and really, how do you do that? How are they holding hands left and right? The husband cheated with her best friend, and when she goes back, she goes, it has to happen always. This is okay. What Malin is saying is the marry my husband premise right here. Yeah. By the way, I wanted to like her best friend. Oh, she's a hoe, man. No, she's a hoe. Like if I had a friend like that, I would slap her. I wouldn't even call her a friend. I would just slap her. Sorry. That Korean drama was really good. I can't. That's too much love, Jim. I think we're kind of making Jim blush today. Let's see. So he's very into Sound Heaven. It's my favorite, and it's also so cute. It's more romance with a side of zombies. Really? Ooh, now I have to watch it. Have you watched Kingdom, the Korean drama with all the zombies? That one was really good. I didn't think I would like it so much, but I did. My alliterated meme for the fight scenes. Sparring or spice. Ooh, I like that, CK. That is so good. So good. See, so proud of that. It is so good, right? So good. I loved it. But then again, I love zombies too. So there's that. I can't watch it right now. Like I want to rewatch it, but children, you know, I'm gonna end up giving them nightmares. And I do not want to miss sleep because of that. How I hold hands whenever I get a test, I grab someone's hand to emphasize. Oh, I love that, Miley. Do you do that in real life? Do you hold your friends' hands or anybody's hands when you get really excited or when you're having a conversation with them? I'm just curious. Also, Malin, you and I have similar things. All of Us Are Dead is really good. That's the one where they live in an apartment complex, correct? That was really good. Super bloody. Super bloody. All right, guys, it is 8:34 and I am starving because this baby in my belly wants beans. And I don't know what it is about beans, but I'm going to have beans if it's the last thing I do today. Specifically, I want pork and beans, which I used to hate when I was growing up. I hated it, but now I want it all the time. Ugh, I don't know why. So before I go, what are you guys doing the rest of the day? For me, I'll be writing, so I'll probably be in the Story Society Discord chatting with most of you guys. And I think I'm going to finish the comments for the beta reading that I did last night. and reading as well. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, and some gardening. Gardening. Yes, I need to propagate a snake plant. So that's my thing. Hopefully I don't kill it, guys. I'm not very good at gardening, but I am trying my best. I am doing my best. Oh, by the way, guys, our pig that we had, we no longer have her. She ran away. There was apparently an opening on our fence way in the back, and she decided to leave us. And I think our neighbors may have her. So hopefully she comes back around. I don't know. But it makes me very sad because that pig was like a dog to me. But maybe I should look for her a little bit. So there's that. Let's see. Everyone's. I very much do that. And aw, you would. You are so sweet. Oh, I could totally see that. I would bask in your love, Miley. That would be me. I like when my friends are like that. Even though I'm not a very touchy-feely person, I love receiving that stuff. Siki says they have beans. Yes, dude, beans. My God, what is up with it? Maybe I need iron or something. Of work and writing, then karaoke. Oh my gosh, I haven't done karaoke in forever, and I'm Filipino, and that's like what we're known for. I think the last time I did karaoke, I sang "Super Bass" by what's her face? Oh my God, her name escapes me. Super Bass. I'll be bothering Tia until she sprints with me. I need to do some client work. CK is going to be writing, maybe working some yard work, but I should do that sooner rather than later because it'll be like same. I'm going to do that actually while I make breakfast, maybe after breakfast because it's hot as hell. I've also worked the knitting. Ash, you need to go to sleep, girl. But I feel so happy that you're here. I really do. And then CK, I know, dude, my pig. God damn it, man. I hope she's okay. Because there's a lot of predators out here, but hopefully my neighbors got her. They're really nice. But funny story, I was just telling this to a friend. I actually live in a neighborhood where there's Trump flags everywhere, but they're oddly very, very, very nice. So I'm hoping they took care of my piggy, and by take care, I hope that they bring them back to me. So yeah. Now I'm gonna go make my suitcase for the mutual for Rose and do some writing. Yeah. She's a baby too. I love giving her cranberries. And yes, Nicki Minaj. That was the last thing that I sang. Super Bass by Nicki Minaj on karaoke, and that was years ago. Aw, God damn it, Miley. Don't make me cry. I'm an emotional pregnant lady. Please don't. Please don't. I'm going to lunch with my mom today, editing a video, working on my writing. Great, everyone. I'm glad. Filipinos are amazing. They make great food. Okay, guys, I love today's chat. It was very lively. I love that we have decided that we're going to do spice or, what was it, CK? You had an alliteration going, spice or something. But I hope that we do that event. And I'm so glad to see each one of you guys. And I'll see you guys in the Discord and everywhere on the internet. I'm going to go eat because I swear my stomach is eating itself. Or this baby's eating whatever I have left in me. And I got to feed it some beans. So I love you guys. I really do. And I can't wait to see you guys. You guys are amazing. And have a great day. Bye. When is this thing? Oh, you guys are still here. Okay, bye.